The Roman Colosseum, it's a name that echoes through history, a breathtaking symbol of ancient power that has stood for nearly 2 millennia. But this iconic landmark holds a dark secret. Within its walls, it's believed that over 400,000 people met a violent end. These weren't just random acts of savagery. They were carefully staged spectacles, rigged and manipulated to control the Roman people. But what if these deadly games were part of a much larger scheme? One that may have helped bring about the fall of Rome itself? To truly understand the Colosseum, we need to go back to its very beginning. The year is AD 70. Rome is just emerging from a chaotic period of civil war. 3 emperors have fallen one after another. Galba was overthrown because he lacked military support. Otho took his own life after a devastating defeat. And Vitellius couldn't stabilize the empire. It was a time of complete political turmoil. Then a new leader rose to power, Vespasian. He was a seasoned general who knew that to secure his rule, he needed more than just military might. He needed to restore the people's faith in the throne. His solution was a grand public gesture, a monumental symbol of Rome's renewed strength and stability. That symbol would become the Colosseum. Originally known as the Flavian Amphitheater, the Colosseum was built on the grounds of Emperor Nero's extravagant golden house. This was a calculated move. Vespasian wanted to erase the memory of the tyrannical Nero and give the land back to the Roman people. It was a powerful statement. Rome would rise from the ashes of tyranny. Construction began in AD 70 and took a full decade to complete. The final structure was an architectural marvel. Standing 48 meters high and 189 meters long, it could hold up to 80,000 spectators. To put that in perspective, that's comparable to a modern Super Bowl stadium. When it finally opened in AD 80, Vespasian's son, Emperor Titus, threw a massive party 100 straight days of inaugural games. For the next 400 years, the Colosseum would be the stage for some of Rome's most brutal and spectacular events, gladiatorial combats, wild animal hunts, and public executions. These weren't just simple entertainment. They were sophisticated tools of political propaganda. They were designed to showcase the immense power and reach of the Roman Empire, reminding every citizen of its absolute might. But what was it really like for the people forced to perform in these deadly shows? Imagine this: you're standing in the middle of the arena. The hot sun is beating down on you. The sand sticks to your sweaty skin. Across from you stands another person, just as desperate and afraid as you are. You're not here by choice. You are a slave, a prisoner of war, or a condemned criminal. The roar of the crowd is deafening, and you know that only one of you will leave this arena alive. This was the terrifying reality for a gladiator. Their lives were defined by violence, fear, and the constant uncertainty of survival. We often see gladiators romanticized in movies as heroic figures, but the truth is far grimmer. They were trained combatants, forced to fight and kill for the amusement of a crowd. The origins of these games are still debated. Some historians trace them back to ancient Etruscan funeral rites, while others believe they came from early Roman customs. By the time of the empire, they had evolved into massive, state-sponsored public events. Gladiators trained in special schools called *ludi*, where they were drilled relentlessly to build strength and master combat skills. But no amount of training could guarantee they would live. A gladiator's fate often rested in the hands of the crowd and, ultimately, the emperor. A thumbs-up gesture might spare a defeated fighter's life, while a thumbs-down meant immediate death. And these matches weren't always a fair fight. They were often rigged to favor a popular fighter or to create more drama for the audience. Weapons might be tampered with, or armor intentionally weakened to ensure a specific outcome. In this way, the arena became a stage for political theater, a brutal performance that reinforced the rigid social hierarchy of Rome. And for those who managed to survive one fight, there was always another waiting. And it wasn't always against another human. The Colosseum was also famous for its Venetians or wild beast hunts. Exotic and dangerous animals like lions, tigers, elephants, and crocodiles were captured from the farthest corners of the empire and brought to Rome. Here, they were pitted against each other or slaughtered by armed hunters called bestiarii. But these hunts served a darker purpose. They were also a gruesome form of public execution. Criminals and prisoners of war were often thrown defenseless to the animals. This sent a chilling message to anyone who dared to defy Rome's authority. The empire's reach was so vast, it could bring even the most fearsome beasts of nature to their knees, just as it could any human enemy. Beneath the sandy floor of the arena lay a hidden world, the hypogeum. It had a network of trapdoors and elevators that could suddenly lift animals and gladiators up into the arena, creating an element of surprise and suspense for the spectators above. The hypogeum was a place of shadows and secrets, where countless men and beasts awaited their fate, many never to return to the world above. It was also remarkably advanced for its time, equipped with ventilation shafts that helped cool the massive stadium. Yet, the very splendor of the Colosseum and the games it hosted may have helped sow the seeds of Rome's decline. By the 4th century AD, the Roman Empire was in trouble. It was facing immense financial strain, and the enormous cost of staging these elaborate games became unsustainable. The famous policy of bread and circuses, keeping the population happy with free food and entertainment, was really just a way to mask deeper political and economic problems. It was a distraction, but it couldn't solve the empire's issues. At the same time, a new force was rising throughout the empire: Christianity. As the religion spread, moral opposition to the bloody games grew stronger. In the year 325 AD, Emperor Constantine, the first Christian emperor, officially banned gladiatorial combat. This marked the beginning of the end for the Colosseum's long history as a venue for bloodsport. Over the following centuries, the mighty structure fell into ruin. It was damaged by earthquakes, fires, and even stone robbers who plundered its materials to build other structures in Rome. But even in ruins, the Colosseum never lost its symbolic power. Today, it is no longer a site of slaughter. It has become one of the world's most visited monuments, a place where millions of people come each year. They come to marvel at the heights of human achievement and to reflect on the depths of human cruelty. The story of the Colosseum echoes through time. It's a powerful reminder of the rise and fall of empires and the complex legacy of power, spectacle, and survival. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories from history.